Hi guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another Summoners World video. So today we have another video where I talk about my Siege tournament, my Siege tournament style battles. And again, because it was a tournament style, I was not able to stream this. I was not able to show this in real time. So I pre-recorded the fights. And in this video, I'm going to talk about why I took certain units, why I took certain teams into a certain defense. We're going to see if I made any mistakes, and also I'm going to talk about why certain defenses are good or why certain defenses are bad. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So this was the very first fight. It was against the Khmun Orion Miho. I think the Khmun Orion Miho is a little outdated. It's the same thing with my defense that I'm currently using, which is the Khmun Orion Yen. This defense is better. I think the Khmun Orion Miho is better than the Khmun Orion Yen, just due to the fact that Miho has that one condition where it cannot get defeated if it gets crit. With the new units now, it's a little easier, but nonetheless, it's a little harder compared to the Khmun Orion Yen. Because again, if you take all fire units into the Khmun Orion Yen, it's pretty easy to kill off the Yen, and once the Yen is dead, there isn't much threat. But in this case, it's a little different. You'll need to take in a certain unit that would not crit, for example, the Skogul, Bombers, and now the Onimushas to kill the Miho. So there's that condition, a little harder, but still think it's a little outdated. Nonetheless, the team I took was the Water Fairy, Elucia? No, is it Elucia? Maybe it is, I forgot the name. But the Water Fairy 2A, the Skogul again to kill off the Miho, and then the Light Martial Cat, which is Yaoling. The reason I did this is, for example, the Water Fairy is used to control the Orion or the Miho, and then the Skogul is to kill off the Miho. So because obviously it doesn't crit, and then the Yaoling is to tank the Miho. The one losing condition here is because we're taking second turn. It'll be best if they're all on will and maybe even one shield set, because we want to counter the Orion skill 3. However, that's not the case for me. My Elucia is on Violent Revenge, so, and my Skogul is on Vampire Determination. I think that's the one I took, and then my Yaoling is on Nemesis, Vampire Nemesis. So there's no will. So the losing condition here is if they get a defense break on my Elucia or my Yaoling, and for some reason it one-shots either units. It's really hard to one-shot the Yaoling because it is very tanky. But the Elucia, if it gets a lucky defense break, I think the Miho could still still one-shot, although there is no attack buff. So we took the res lead because with the res lead, my Skogul and my Yaoling is 100 res. My Elucia is around 40-50, so there is still a losing condition, but I was hoping that we did not get that, and that's why I take this. That's why I take this team in, because if we survive the first hit or the first round of turns, we win. So we go into the fight. They do go first, Orion derps. So now in my head I won. I think I start controlling the Orion because now we don't want him to use skill 3. Yep, that's exactly what I did. The Yaoling perfectly tanks the Miho, especially with counter attack up. And then now we just start controlling more units like the Miho. Yep, there we get the freeze. Try to get the stun, that didn't work. But look at the damage. She just like no damage to my Yaoling. 3,000 damage, and my counter just destroys her. We control the Orion here because he's about to take a turn. We got the stun, plus the pushback. We kill off the Miho with the autos from the Elucia because that's a multi-hit, and she's low on crit. At this point, we already won. There isn't much that the Orion could do because we get to sleep again. Then if we just get the rock, it's over. The Khmun's on destroy, so if he took a lot of turns, and if this game prolonged, it would have gotten harder and harder for me to kill the Miho because Skogul does damage based on max HP, but the damage was relatively short, so that was it. So this was my next battle. It was against a Galleon Clara Miho, and everybody knows that my Galleon Clara Miho is still doing very good in G1 Siege, and so I think this defense is still okay. The thing is, with the Onimushas, these type of defenses are gonna start to fall off. I don't know what other kind of defense are gonna come out, but the merit of Miho is kind of dying off with these new units. So I don't know how long this meta will stay, but we'll have to see. But we know in G2, G3, Miho is being used less and less, and yeah, barely used. So we might follow those footsteps and maybe something new will come in. But for now, it still works. We go into this defense, and I bring in my Khmun Vigor Skogul. Again, the Skogul is there to kill the Miho, right? And then the Vigor and Khmun, just damage output plus the heal blocks so that we can win. If we survive a few turns, we win because we have sustainability, and they don't. I was betting on my high resistance Khmun and my Skogul plus my Vigor that was on Will, and it's the counter element from the Clara, so I was hoping there's no strips done, and then we win. Also, due to the high res, I was hoping that Skogul or Khmun wasn't going to get defense broken. So that's what I hoped for, and that's why I took in this team. I showed all the runes. We go right in. The Clara goes, and he got the stun of the Skogul, which kind of sucked. 100 res Skogul. I put up the skill 2 because even if there's a crit, we could not get crit, but thankfully no defense break, and then we got a proc from our Skogul. At this point we won. So we try to kill off the Clara. I think we try to kill the Clara. I think I try to kill off a unit, so on their side there's less units, so the rock does a lot of damage, but I guess that wasn't the case. The Miho does a lot of damage because we did get defense broken. However, we do get the shield from Khmun, which is going to allow him to survive. We get a proc, we get another heal, we kill off the Galleon, another rock up, and it was over. So we were pretty lucky on this one, but I think we would have won anyways without the procs. Okay, so this was the next battle. It was against another Galleon Clara Miho. This was all in the same tower. Again, you guys already know what I think about the defense. I think it's still good. We really have to see how the meta changes in the next Siege season, but for now, in this season, it was great. So this is still very popular in G1. So we went to this again. This time I brought in my Malacca Cian Fran. To be honest, this team isn't that great. I was gambling here. I was hoping the Clara misses the stuns. And if he misses the stuns, then we have a chance to win. The thing is, my Malacca's on Will, my Cian is not, because I didn't care if he died or not. That's why they put on Will. And my friend's on Will. There's a very high chance that the Clara is going to stun my friend. The defense is going to get on the Fran, and the Fran dies. And I am totally okay with that. If the Malacca and Cian is not stunned, I can still get 2 bombs off, that should be enough to kill off their entire team, or at least the Miho. So I was hoping for that, and that's why I went with this team. But again, this could have been a lot of big issues. For example, if the Clara got the strips done on, let's say, the Malacca, and let's say the defense break went on the Malacca and the Miho killed the Malacca, or then we don't have enough damage. So that was it. But here, get the stun on the Fran. We still have Will on the Malacca. The defense break goes on the Fran, and actually the Miho kills the Fran. Oh, maybe not. But it almost killed the Fran. She would have killed if she used skill 2, but she didn't. Here we get the 2 bombs on the Miho, so we're good. In my head, I was like, okay, we won. I was okay that Cian's gonna die because he comes right back. We killed the Galleon. I don't know why I'm thinking here. We killed the Galleon, and at this point, it's over. Yep, 40k, even without attack buff. So that was our third fight. So this was the next fight against another Galleon Clara Miho. So you guys all know, you guys can see that it was the same tower, and I finally thought of the 2A team that I did before, which is the Jotan, the Miho, and the Varus, the 2A dark units, and I thought it would be fun. Again, we were very tanky. Jotan has over 50k over 50k HP. The Miho's on vampire, and finally the Varus also triple revenge, pretty fast and super tanky tanky as in he has a whole bunch of defense because of his passive. So hoping for that, we go right in because we really have to just survive the Miho hits, and Jotan and Miho can, and I still think Varus can as well because he has so much defense, and so I was just betting on that. The thing is, I don't want Jotan to die early because Jotan has low crit. But he gets 2 stuns and then he gets the defense break on my Jotan and my Varus. They kill off my Varus right away. So I guess the defense was not enough with the defense break. So here I start thinking, and I think I go for the Clara. And the Clara kills himself. And then now they start to kill themselves right here. I get the Galleon lower, the Galleon kills himself. Or the Miho does, and then Galleon kills himself. Everybody just kills themselves. I was like, I didn't do anything, MV1. So I took in this team because I wanted to see this kind of stuff, and I was really happy because I did. Because that was, to be honest, that was pretty funny. This was my 5th battle, and I think this is the battle where we lost. I didn't think this through. Really, if they get a stun on my Antares and Yen, it's pretty much over. And to be honest, it's pretty easy to get the stuns on the Antares and Yen because again, the card doesn't have any element of disadvantage with them. So I didn't think straight, and because of that, we lose. This was just stupid of me. Yeah, this was very stupid of me. I shouldn't have won with this. I was hoping the Light Golem would tank the Miho, but we just never took a turn. So we go in, and I'll show you what I mean by we don't take a turn. Here comes a stun, and the stun on the Antares. Defense break on the Yen, so we get stunned right there, which is very crucial. If we didn't get stunned, maybe we had a chance, but we got a stun there. I thought something would happen here, but we get no stuns, I believe. Yep, we get nothing from the Antares, so... Yep, and he kills off the Yen, and it's pretty much over. I should have tried and get a stun here, but I didn't do that. It's too weak. Doesn't do enough. I should have saved skill 2 for this kind of moment, but I already used it, so no heals. Here, another stun. And yep, like I said, we don't take a turn, other than the Antares proccing once, right? So that's how we lost that. Again, Galleon Clara Miho very good. To be honest, this offense was just stupid. I wanted to just try something new, but it didn't work out as I planned. So I go back into this defense, and this time I take in a Harmonia, so I do have sustain. And then Harmonia is on 100 res. This Vampire Skogul that I have is almost 100 or 100 res. And then I take in my, I forgot the Fire Bear's name, but I take the Fire Warbear, Ursha, there you go, the Ursha, which is really, really tanky. And I was hoping that I have enough damage, enough sustain, because again, that's Skogul's on Vampire, plus the Harmonia with the Will and Unwanted Harmony. I was like, okay, I could out-sustain this. So I take this team, and I think it does go pretty well. So the Clara goes again. No stuns this time. Again, no strip. My Harmonia is 100 res, but they do get the defense break. Look at my Ursha surviving that. And here I heal the Ursha. Try to get the provoke, which I did. I didn't see the damage from Ursha. There you go, 9k from the counterattack, but it wasn't as much as I thought. We kill the Galleon. Here comes the Unwanted Harmony, I think. Yep, we do the Unwanted Harmony to get some heals. It's fine. At this point, we already won. No attack buff, no defense break. They can't kill my units. Yep. But he keeps stunning my Ursha, so I couldn't see the damage that my Ursha puts out. So that was kind of sad. But yeah. So that's how we played 6 games. Okay guys, so the next battle was against the Tesarion, Vigor, and Molly. And for this defense, I think this defense is really good actually. To be honest, for more damage, I think it kind of lacks damage. The only damage dealer would be Tesarion if Vigor is not on a crit damage build. So I think Vigor needs to be on a crit damage build, or at least high crit with a lot of HP, so it does output damage. And then the Molly brings in all the sustain with the Vigor anti-crit. This is a very tanky team that actually does a lot of damage. So this defense is actually meta. We do see it in High Siege, so I think this is great. And for this defense, I brought in my own Tesarion, Tetra, and Tyrannus. Some people might think I'm countering myself because all 3 of my units have passives, but really, if my Tesarion or if my Tyrannus gets Oblivion, the Tetra will just be reducing the turn to 1, and really they clean it off really quick. And some people might say, hey, but what if Tetra gets Oblivion? The chance of that is pretty low because my Tetra is a water type unit and Tesarion is fire, so it's not going to target that unless it's defense broken, and the chances of that is also low again because the entire team has 100 res. But because of that, I take in this team and I believe we try to kill off the Vigor first. Or, I mean, I have a hard time deciding on who to kill first, but I think we see the opportunity to kill Vigor because we do get a defense break from the Tesarion, and the Tyrannus with the defense buff on his beast form could get that nuke. So I think that's what we do. This battle takes a little while because obviously they're very tanky with all this cleanse that the Molly brings in, plus the heals and anti-crit that the Vigor does. This game goes for a very long time. But I think we killed the Vigor, then the Tesarion, and finally the Molly. You can see that first I try to target the Molly, which is not the best choice because as the game goes on, I notice that only Molly has high res and everybody else is actually a little low. So they do get defense broken, they do get Oblivion a lot easier compared to the Molly. So there's some procs there from the Vigor, but it's fine. Again, the defense break comes in, we do get defense broken, but because we have the Molly, because we have the Tetra, I think we do cleanse that up. See, I try to stun the Vigor here, I believe. I don't use skill 2 because I do want to set up with a defense break. Here it goes, the Tetra cleanse. And then here we try to get a defense break. So he has anti-crit, but I think we still try to go for the nuke with our Tyrannus, which has what, 60% crit rate or 70%? But we go for it and we get it. Boom, it's 38k nuke. So it's a 40k Vigor, which is actually very tanky, but we kill it off with the Tetra 4k auto, which was enough. And then I think we start hitting the Molly again, but that's a bad choice. I think we changed off to Tesarion, but I was kind of like thinking at this time, so I was just distributing my attacks, which is a issue. But thankfully, I did start focusing the Tesarion because I again find out that Tesarion brings the Oblivion, plus he's getting defense broken a lot easier compared to the Molly. So here my Tyrannus is skill 2 to finish off the Tesarion, which we do get. And then finally it's just the Molly, which is a beast because it still takes a very long time to kill this girl. This girl is very tanky, this girl's kit is pretty damn broken with the nerf, even with the nerf, and she just procs like a madman. But nonetheless, it just takes time. We do finish her off. I think I'm going to fast forward because it's kind of annoying. But here it is. Oh, no, she cleansed it. Oh, there it is again. Can we kill her off here? There you go. Boom. Yes, and we win. So that was the next battle. So the next battle was this against the Treshar team. And here, this is the battle where I made the biggest mistake. And I guess some luck was not on my side. I was hoping that we could get a defense break on the Treshar so we could kill him off before he throws the rock. Obviously, I'm not going to kill him with one hit from the Miho. I was hoping that we get one proc from either the Galleon or the Miho so that we get extra damage to kill off the Treshar. However, that's not how it went. We do move first, but we get the strip stun on everybody, and I was like, at this point, I was like, whew, this is going well. So you see here, we go first, we get the strip stun on everybody. Boom. And I was like, yes, we won. Now, defense break. Defense break. Boom. And then we just missed this Treshar. And I was like, okay, we lost. So I did try to kill the Vigor first. I hope we got a proc here and kill the Vigor. Then if we did, we had some damage plus control that we could have brought into the Treshar. But that's not what happened. Here we defense break the Treshar just in case we do get the opportunity. I wanted to kill off the Vigor right here, but he survived with one tick, and we do have to kill him because he does have heal. So we got no procs from the Miho as well, which is a big issue. And here he gets to throw the rock, and we lost because the Khmun finished off the Clara, and now there's nothing that we could do. I was trying to just try to kill the Khmun just in case that we do survive, but we don't, and that's how we lost. I don't come back to this defense because there isn't anything else that I could take into this. The next battle was against this Varad, Dark Monkey, and Light Beast Rider, which is Narsha. I can't pronounce the Dark Monkey's name. Again, I think this was like a flex type of defense. I think it will work if the Dark Monkey is really fast, because Dark Monkey's base speed is really fast, and also the Narsha actually gains attack power, I believe, if we take a turn. I'm not sure, but I know she has some kind of mechanism where she gets faster and faster until she takes a turn, right? So knowing that she has a ability to cut, Dark Monkey could go first, and then the control could start coming in. But I was hoping, and in my mind I was like, okay, what are the chances for that Dark Monkey to be 300 speed or faster than Bernard? So I take my Lucian team because this team is very Lucianable. So that's why I take my Lucian team, and it was a outspeed and win, or get outsped and lose. I can't really talk about that defense because it's not being used a lot, but I don't think it's a great defense, to be honest. See, the Wild Chase passive is coming in, but thankfully she doesn't take the turn because Konamiya lets the next person, well, the skill 2 allows the next person to take the turn right away. So thankfully we get our damage out and we win. The final battle was against the Vero, Bella, Poseidon. This defense actually had a lot of wins, 13-9. And I was really surprised that it did. And because of that record, I should have given more thought on what offense I take. But I just took in whatever I had set, and I took in the Wind Panda, Fran, Laika, which isn't very smart. I should have changed the Fran and Laika to like Wusa, or even the Chloe, because if you bring in a fast will on this against this team, the chances of you winning is a lot higher because you don't get the AoE control. Again, the Bella only brings a single target strip. And even if it gets 1 unit strip and the control goes into that 1 unit, the other 2 will still move and has a high chance to, kill off the Poseidon. So I should have went that way, but that's not what I did. I just went in with this team, and that's why you will see that I have a hard time winning against this team. I almost lost, but thankfully the Wind Panda came in clutch to win the match. And the Poseidon was on Despair and was getting a lot of lucky stuns on my Wind Panda, to be honest. But you see the game. To be honest, I really think that Wind Panda could solo this if your Wind Panda has good runes. My Wind Panda has bad runes because I stripped off his runes and gave it to other units, and he was runed up with leftover runes. So his runes are actually pretty bad. So just know that. That's why I didn't bring into this. That's why I didn't do like 1v3. But there are people that have Wind Pandas that could 1v3 this defense. Like 100 res, plus 120 speed, 2k defense, and plus 30k HP. There are people with Wind Pandas like that even in my guild. So those people I'm pretty sure could have 1v3 this, or at least had a chance to 1v3 this, but I knew that my Wind Panda can't do that. So that's why I brought in my team. But you can see that my team did nothing. But thankfully we get a lucky proc, and at this point we have the 1v3 condition 1v2 condition to go. Because they have no heal, they have no defense break. At this point I think we could win. We just need to get our skill 2 up and some lucky procs. Totally fine. We just need another lucky proc on the Poseidon, and then we win. Yep, lucky proc right there, and it's over. So some people might think that this was a weak guild, but it was actually not. This guild was named Two Princes. I think it was a higher G1 guild than us, and we absolutely got wrecked. You can see that they have 17 towers, we have 7, and yeah, so we definitely got destroyed in this team against this guild. I only got 8 wins. I definitely didn't put in too much thought into this siege battle. Again, I was working, so I wanted some quick battles to be done. I think that was the biggest part, but I hope that this video was somewhat educational and entertaining, because there was some fun fights, and I did try to talk about which defenses are good, which defenses are bad. So hope that helped. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give this a like, and please consider subscribing because that really helps my channel. And yeah, If there's anything else you guys want me to do in Servants War, please put a comment below. If you guys want any account improvement help, please go into the descriptions and go to my Patreon link. And there's a post in that Patreon where it tells you how to request help from me. But anyways, I hope to see you guys next time in the next Siege Battle video. Bye.